Hi guys, I'm Tom, this is The Bunker, and today we're painting Clone Troopers, fast and easy. This video is sponsored by the EmpireGameStore.co.uk. For exclusive bunker discounts, follow the link in the description below. Okay, so the standard Clone Trooper. White is a colour lots of people struggle with, and rightfully so. You know, it's not easy to paint, but I'm going to show you some really quick tips and techniques as to how we can get this effect relatively easily. We're going to need some Citadel contrast paints, some tufts, and a bit of base in texture. So nothing too extreme. The idea is that you should be able to replicate this relatively fast. So, without further ado, we're priming up in a white, and I'm going to use Colourforge matte white spray over the whole miniature, guys, and then we'll come back and hit it with some contrast paints. Okay, so now that we're all primed white, that's obviously our base coat, and we've got a clone captain, or I think they're a commander, are they? I don't know, so it's one of the clones here. So the first thing that we're going to do, guys, we're going to come in with Citadel Apothecary White, but we're going to water this down using the medium. But the first thing we're going to do, these paints separate quite a lot, so we're going to give that a really good shake, and then we're going to come back and hit it with a mix of probably 2 parts medium to 1 part Apothecary White. I've got my brush, my Apothecary White. So Apothecary White is actually grey. I'm going to dollop on there. You see it's like a sort of grey tint, basically. So I've got 3 parts of that. And now, wash the brush. I'm going to come in double the amount of medium. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to mix that together thoroughly. You have to excuse the neighbour's dog. I need to take my lightsaber to it. And now I'm going to go over all the areas that would be white. Doesn't matter if I get it on areas that we're going to do black. We're going to daub this literally over the whole model. There we go. So instantly, can you see how it's shading that? It's not making it grey, it's just giving us a white tint, essentially. I'm going to continue over the whole thing. There we go. Now I currently am collecting a Republic army. I thoroughly enjoy a Republic army. I've just got Anakin and Padme. I don't know what to add. If anybody out there has any suggestions, I've got Yoda, things like that. I just had to have Yoda. Maybe I'll do a video on this is what I've got, and guys, help me, please. There we go. So we're almost there with that. It'll naturally fall off the raised areas and go into the areas that you want to be shaded. There you go. And because we've done it 2 to 1, that's white done. Okay, so we're going to leave that dry. If the say, for example, guys, like here, there's a bit of a build there, was quite a lot. I'm just going to take that off with the brush. I'm going to move it about. Doesn't matter if I get it on a weapon because we'll be doing that black. I'm happy with this fall. I'm happy with that. Just move it about until you're happy with it, taking it off the highest areas. Whilst the Apothecary White is drying, I'm shaking up my Technical Astrogranite. So it's just paste, basically. You could use Vallejo paste if you wanted to. We're going to go all of the base with this, but we're going to use a really, for want of a better word, knackered old brush. Enter knackered old brush. And we're going to cover the top of the base while the Apothecary White is drying. Doesn't matter if you get it on the feet a little bit, it just means that they're clone trooping. And now that our Apothecary White is dry, we have a nice white shade and gradient on the miniature. And that's white, guys. Simple as that, really. A bit of weathering on it, and it makes it really pop. So the next thing we're going to do is attack all of the black areas. So Star Wars universe is, there's not really metallics. They're all sort of like a black colour for weapons. And we're going to do this dead easy. We're going to use contrast Black Templar, and we're going to go straight out of the pot, and we're going to go onto all of the black areas. It is a really straightforward way of doing it. Black Templar is a brilliant paint, and I use it lots and lots and lots now. So onto the brush. Don't want to overload the brush, and then we're going to just go straight onto the weapon. Simple as that. And it will do all of the work for us. We've got the visor slit there that we're going to go into. steady as you can be. And we're going to cover all of these areas up. Now Black Templar will find its own level, and it will find its own shade, and it'll give you that sci-fi-esque effect without overpowering the miniature. So things like on his belt and base and everything like that is all going to be black again. All up here, yeah, so the strap and all that sort of thing. And then I'm also going to touch on his gloves and any areas I think in there is armour that may be black. And now that our Black Templar is applied to the miniature, it's going to nicely settle and give us a bit of that sort of black highlights. So that's the black done. And we're now, because I'm doing the 501st Legion, I'm going to use a bit of Citadel Macragge blue. You can use any blue you want really. I just like Macragge blue and I used it on the rest of them. Standard paint this, guys. It's your standard paint. So we're going to shake it slightly. A bit on the palette. Dab of water just to aid the flow. And then I'm just going to go into his shoulder pads, and I'm going to give his shoulder pads a blue covering. Okay, I'm going to give 2 coats through this. One's the first one to try, just to enable him, just to mark him out as something a bit different really. I appreciate in the actual canon the 501st have different markings. I just wanted a bit of variety from a sea of white. So I'll do the shoulder pads and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so we can see that our trooper is coming along nicely. So now it's all dry. He's got his livery on there, and he's ready. He's almost ready, isn't he? And you can see the Black Templar's done that quick shade for us. So the base, we need to shade that as well, don't we? So the way we're going to do this, really dead easy. I'm actually going to use a speed paint for this. It's called Hardened Leather. I'm going to shake it up. Enter my knackered brush again. And it's really easy. I'm just going to put a bit of speed paint on my palette. Not a lot. And then for the bit of speed paint, I'm going to add quite a lot of water to that. I'm going to really water it down to make like a glaze sort of effect. And I'm literally just going to go over the top. Okay, I'm going to go onto the feet as well. And it just adds a bit of weathering. Up his legs ever so slightly. It's just around the base. There we go. And that's just going to settle into those recesses on the paste. Go up his legs, slightly up the greaves. You know, just make him look as if he's actually been in a campaign, so to speak. Both the sides, there we go. So we're going to leave that to dry. It adds a bit of interest to the base and like sort of weathers his legs. Speaking of the weather, eh? So it adds a bit of interest to the base and weathers his legs. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to adhere a tuft, and we're soon getting to the point where this is almost finished. So the tufts I'm using are alien grass, and they're from Gamer Grass, and they just add some interest, and they really sort of juxtapose quite well. And it's Star Wars at the end of the day, so it's all about alien planets, isn't it? So I'm just going to put one down like that. Tap it down. There we go. And now I'm going to finish off by doing the rim of the base with black. I'm using game colour black, guys. You can use any black you want. Don't feel like you need to spend a lot of money on a black rim paint. Just a bit there. Old brush again. And just build that up gently around the side. So yeah, it's not difficult. I've had a few people say, Tom, particularly the gaming club, your clone troopers look really cool, and I don't know how to paint white, and can you help me? And obviously this doesn't have to just apply to Star Wars models, does it? You can, white scars, anything like that. There we are. Pretty much done, eh? And there we go, our clone trooper commander is ready to lead these clones in defence of the Republic. So yeah, nice simple techniques. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. You know, it doesn't have to be difficult painting white. It doesn't have to be difficult painting these techniques. And it's really good. It's a striking interest on the tabletop. So thanks for watching. Do subscribe for more. We've also got a Discord and all the various links in the bottom for you to check out. But until next time, stay safe, stay well. May the force be with you. And happy hobbying.